It started with a curiosity of just wanting to know how I was better able to support someone and enable them to walk away from a life of crime. And so then I began a journey. I came into the UK with the intention of studying to be a social worker. I then discovered that I didn't have the requisite qualification to even enter university. So I had to do a year's course at college, which was called Access to Social Work. During that Access to Social Work course, I was sent on a 10 weeks placement in the probation office, and then it clicked. I realized actually it's not social work that I wanted to do, it's probation, because that's what started my curiosity. I just didn't know that probation existed. At the end of that year, of course, I applied for the social work course, but I also applied for the Probation Service, and I was successful in both. Of course, it was for me an easy choice. This was what fit with both my passion and my purpose. I recall distinctly being in my office one day, and I was called by the receptionist and said, Eric, can you come down and help? There is something going on in reception. I went down and there was a young man. It was his first day in probation. He was behaving very aggressively towards staff. I went down, and I said, young man, you need to get your acts together. This is the Probation Service. And he just looked at me and he says, well, or else what? And I said, well, or else we'll call the police, get you arrested. And he says, well, call the police then. You're not doing anything to help me. The police was called. He was arrested. He was taken back to court. I went to court. We gave our testimony. He was given another sentence. But on the way back from court, I kind of think, I just wondered if I was able to do something different to support this young person making that transition. And so, again, another curiosity. I just wanted to see how we could best help. Then I must have heard along the grapevine that two other colleagues who were senior probation officers, Patsy and Corinne, was trying to look at, somehow had the same curiosity and was trying to explore how we would best support young people making that transition. So we joined forces together, and some months later, we produced the first young adult transition program in England and Wales. My proudest experience really is one day I was walking through Brixton and I was approached by what appeared to be a very well-dressed young man. He came up to me and he hugged me and he said, Eric, thank you. And I'm kind of looking, thinking, who is this? And then we started talking and I recognized him. It was someone that I had worked with in my early days, a young man who had gotten himself in the criminal justice system in trouble a number of times. I can't remember having done anything special. I remember working with him in the way that I would work with anybody else. But very rare do you get the chance to see the outcome of the input. You can measure someone who has stopped offending, but in terms of measuring change, it's a difficult one. So it was one of those times that I really had the chance to kind of step back and look how much help and support and guidance had helped to change somebody's life. And I was able to see that change for the first time, to see someone who had gone on a desistant journey, who had walked away from a life of crime, but who had actually turned their life around and was now a productive and a member of society. I think today that remains above everything else, probably my proudest moment.